What do you think, Ren? It's finished. It's a film.
Yeah. Welcome to the good, the bad, and the bloody. I'm Derek Brown.
I'm Cody Bowden.
And we're here to talk about...
the Gallows.
Yes. How shallow
How
are
shallow
the Gallows?
are these Gallows?
I don't know. But let's talk about it.
Okay. Wow, it's been a while since we've done an episode.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we posted one maybe 2 weeks ago, but that's still half a fucking month. So,
Yeah.
I don't really know. I'd say a lot has changed since then. Maybe not with us, but kind of like what we've been doing.
Yep.
So we went to go see this with a fairly large group, actually, and
Which was totally unplanned by me.
Oh, unplanned by me too, because what had happened was my friend had asked, I'm gonna go see a movie tonight. Does anyone want to go? And everyone on Facebook was saying, yeah, let's go see a movie. And we had already planned to go watch The Gallows.
Yeah.
At whatever time. But then I said, hey, my friend Derek and I, we're gonna watch The Gallows if you guys want to tag along. So everyone's like, all right, yeah, sure, we'll go, we'll all go, And this is what gets me a little mad. Everyone that gets there is just absolutely pissed that we didn't go watch Minions. And I'm just like, you guys, you can still go fucking watch Minions.
It's probably in the theater right next door.
Yeah, really. The only thing is, we had been planning to watch The Gallows, Derek and I, so regardless of whatever the fuck they did, we were going to see it.
Yeah, no matter how shitty it gets in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Or how good it gets in the middle of it. You just don't know.
Yeah, and then afterward, everyone's like, I can't believe you drugged us to that, Cody. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't drug you to anything. I met up with you here, dummy.
Yeah.
So it was...
Even my friend Matt and his cohort, Andrew, came along and watched it.
Yeah.
And he was really excited to see this.
Because he's a big fan of found footage.
All of a sudden,
Well...
Because, he's never been a fan of found footage until just recently.
Really?
Once he's, started looking into how to make a scary movie and how you get successful. Okay. And he goes, you know what, Derek? I think we might have to make a found footage film as a foot in the door. And I said, did someone hit you in the head?
Well, he has... That's not a bad idea because as far as, amateur filmmaking goes, found footage is probably the easiest and cheapest.
Yeah. I told him it's really... Well, I once made the joke... Back when I wasn't on board with found footage either, which The Gallows is, just in case anybody's confused.
Yeah.
And I said, found footage is the best if you don't really care about how the camera works.
Pretty much.
Because you could take a shitty shot and be like, yeah, it's a film.
But that also has, the thing with the found footage film is you can still fuck up with the camera work. Because if at any point... you realize that you're not watching some kid recording this and you realize it's a movie, then they haven't done their job right. Yeah. And there are a lot of moments in this movie where, the camera would be insanely shaky because they're probably running, whatever, but then all of a sudden it would come to a dead hairline stop and it would just sit on this one shot, almost, unhumanly still. And then at that point you go, okay, yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah, this is a movie.
Yeah, seriously.
But
and they can also mess it up by being too natural. Like Cloverfield was so shaky that I thought Michael J. Fox was the cameraman. Honestly,
I think we made that joke on that very podcast.
Probably.
Poor Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, who's the guy that was the cameraman? T.J. Miller in that. Yeah.
Well, he was supposed to be the quote unquote camera guy.
Oh, that's right. We saw a little bit of behind the scenes, and he was.
Yeah, he was the actor that was supposed to be walking around with the camera.
I find it weird that he was talking off screen. He was just next to the camera.
He's just following the camera the whole time, basically throwing his arm around it like a buddy. Just hey, meet my quiet friend. Yeah. I'll talk for him all night. See, I got your back, man.
Wouldn't it be cool if they actually had him record it?
That's what we're thinking of doing with this found footage film that Matt wants to make.
Yeah.
We're going to make whoever's the camera guy in the movie be the actual camera guy for the movie. 'Cause the whole idea that we have for it is a film within a film.
Okay.
Just like Blair Witch did. They were doing a film documentary about the Blair Witch. And so, well, what he wanted me to do was make up a ghost story about Vienna, Idaho, which is this town that used to exist, but then they tore it down in the 1900s.
And that's a real place.
Yeah. All there is now of it is a sign that says, "Here lies Vienna."
That sounds like either the name of an emo band or something. Yeah, or a poem by Shel Silverstein. Here lies Vienna.
But, yeah. And he said, like, we'll have a full, like, behind the scenes camera, so that'll be, like, the one that walks around most of the time. And then combine it with, like, film outtakes. Mm-hmm. Like real gag reels or whatever. And I said, perfect. Because that's the only type of found footage film I would make.
Yeah.
Is a film within a film.
I can see that.
And then somebody at the end, like, just cut off the found footage, and then somebody at the end just sitting in front of a computer going, so how did this look?
Yeah. And you guys playing all parts of the production as well as acting will make it seem authentic. Because that's what I think I realized the problem was with Cloverfield, was because they had these professional cameras and cameramen, and they said, all right, try to look amateur.
Yeah.
That's like...
Not
okay,
possible.
Well, yeah, if they actually just straight up handed the camera to someone who didn't know what they were doing, I feel like it might have been better. I mean, isn't that a weird thought?
It would. So I would be both the writer of the film, but a writer within the film.
Pretty much. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Which is really weird, because basically I'd have to write shit for how I would respond to spooky shit happening instead of a totally different character.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yes. Regardless, that's future projects, things like that. I don't know if... We're not planning anything, but I still want to make little short videos just to kind of have some filler for our little Facebook page. Maybe just like little sketches or skits that we have ideas for.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, it won't be related to our podcast, but it'll just be things that we've had.
Unless, we want to throw somebody in the background with a shirt having our logo. The band the play.
Which we should. And then on the back it should say whether you like it or not, Something like that.
We're here. We're queer. Whether you like it or not.
Oh my god. See, that's no. Okay.
Dang it.
But anywho.
The Gallows.
Yes.
So, Cody, what'd you think of Mad Max?
Okay, yeah. That's true. We should just talk about Mad Max the entire time. The Gallows was alright. So, Mad Max... goddamn, I love Mad Max. It's coming to, yeah, you completely derailed this, by the way. There's no going back.
Good.
When you mention Mad Max, I have to fucking talk about Mad Max. So I went to visit my cousin, who manages the Real Theater, and she...
Which one, the Northgate one or the country one?
The Northgate.
Okay.
The one down
where Cameron worked
Yeah,
at.
the one down on the street, yeah. But anyway, I saw there was a bunch of posters flying up there, and it said like Mad Max, coming soon and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you excited that Mad Max is here? And she was like, I haven't seen it yet, which baffles me because she manages a movie theater, and I was like, oh my god, it's one of the best movies of this year for sure.
Yeah.
Probably going to be unless anything groundbreaking comes out, but I doubt it. So I told her pretty much, when that comes to this theater, to the Dollar Theater, I'm going to see it every single day for at least a week.
Or at least every Tuesday, because that's $1.
Yeah, and to think that I've watched it 6 times means I've spent $60 watching this movie.
Jesus Christ.
I could honestly have just bought the DVD and waited.
3 times over.
Yeah. What's wrong with me?
Could have bought a copy from me, could have bought a copy from me, and you could have bought a copy from me.
Oh, don't forget you. It's just so...
No, for me, you, and Jesse.
So insane. Oh, yeah, of course. But if you haven't seen Mad Max... I don't think she's seen Mad Max. Has Jesse seen Mad Max?
I don't know. Has Chelsea seen Mad Max?
No, that's right. They haven't. I remember this. Because they're both like... And we're both like, And
they were more like reluctantly wanting to see it just because we kept making quote
references
to it.
It's so good.
They're like, fuck, we need to go see it now.
You know who's seen that movie, too. Remember at
Audrey's thing?
Yeah.
That one dude.
When we went to Hump and Hannah's and Jared was... Yeah, no, it was before that. It was when we were all hanging out at Old Chicago. And
we were just like, I had a baby brother.
Yeah.
He was perfect. Perfect in every way.
And then Jared was like, witness me. I'm like, oh my god. I haven't talked to that guy in years. I literally have not seen him in probably a year.
I've only seen him working at Hastings.
Right? And then he just randomly says, witness me, and you know immediately what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great quotable movie. I don't know. It has a lot of great elements. It has a lasting impression. But either way.
The Gallows.
The Gallows. We gotta talk about the Gallows.
So how'd you like Age of Ultron?
Age of Ultron was... No, we're just gonna piss everybody off. Holy shit. No, I don't think anyone really was excited to see the Gallows, except maybe Matt, your friend Matt.
I know. He was way too excited.
Way too excited. When I saw
I kept thinking he had an aneurysm or something and was just slowly recovering.
Yeah.
So now, like, a week from now, he'll be like, I fucking hate found footage films again.
He's like, guys, I had a stroke. I had no idea. So, if you've seen the trailer for this, you've seen... Actually, you know what? This movie is the stereotype... Okay, how do I say this? You've seen this movie before. It's like...
Basically so, yeah.
Yeah, it is the... It brings nothing new with anything. It looks like your standard horror movie. Like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, well, okay, nothing I haven't seen before, you know?
What's really weird about that trailer is that they did an Indiaized version of Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Which, in my opinion, was a bad thing.
Yeah, that just made me want to watch this even more, just to see, like, if they were going to throw it in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, how does this reference anything? Except for the line, with the lights out, it's less dangerous. But that's obviously ironic. Because in any horror movie, once the lights go out, shit gets bad.
They do, yeah, exactly.
It gets bad regardless, but...
Yeah, still. I mean, it's nothing fresh. So if you've seen the trailer, you know it's about some high school kids. There's a play called The Gallows involved. And
shit, I see what they did there.
Oh, and they basically break into the school, and they get locked in, and of course spooky stuff starts happening.
I'd be put off if it didn't.
You know, that's pretty much what the trailer will tell you. That these kids seem to be getting murdered by a ghost or something, and it's honestly that's what it is. So I guess if you're watching the movie, you just kind of want to see how it unfolds. But let's be honest, you know how it's going to unfold, you know?
You know?
And yeah, I'll give it some points because it's not like I haven't seen anything exactly like this movie.
Yeah.
But other than a few cool shots, doesn't bring anything new.
Not really.
No.
Though I probably will buy it. But
really?
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
So, basically the main characters are this jock guy. Wasn't his name like Reese or something?
You know...
Shit.
No, it's totally Reese. It's totally Reese. Because Reese is just the name of high school football players.
One thing that I noticed when I looked at this film before we went and saw it is a lot like other found footage films, all the actors go by their name in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is a common thing for found footage films for some reason. Maybe to sell the realism more. So, like, when their parents are watching it, it's not like, oh, they're playing a character. It's like, oh, shit, that's my son getting hung.
That's my son.
My sweet Anthony.
Yeah. But with this movie, I mean, where do you really begin? I guess yeah. Talk about what happened.
Yes, it is Reese. So Reese is this jock that decides he wants to be a theater guy from now on, which pisses off his friend, Ryan.
And by the way, Ryan, the beginning of this movie kind of sets up not really the tone, but just who the characters kind of are. So you see Ryan running around with a camera, and everyone
being
at school,
a dick.
Yeah, and not just like the stereotypical like I'm the guy behind the scenes dick. You know, it's like this guy's like a little extreme. You know, he's knocking shit over, calling everyone a dickhead, and nobody likes him. But he seems to have a girlfriend named Cassidy, so I guess she likes him. And
I guess
for some reason he's just hanging out with her at her whatever cheer.
Yeah, she's a cheerleader. He's a football player.
Yeah, not the camera guy.
There's some John Mellencamp.
Or is the
song
camera?
About
is the cameraman? Are they both
Ryan?
Football players?
Yeah, they're both football guys, and that's why Ryan's all pissed off at Reese because he's like, "Why would you go be a theater geek?
Oh yeah,
you must be gay."
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because that explains that one part where Cassidy's filming it, and he's running around like a jackass
in his football uniform.
Yeah,
touching other men's asses. You know, who's the real queer?
The standard. So it turns out though that Reese is he's awful, by the way,
at acting.
Yeah, they record there's a bit in the beginning where they record him trying to act or memorize his lines, and he is just fucking up. He has no emotion. He's terrible.
He's doing worse than the original play did.
Yeah,
which is the beginning of this movie is the original run of the play.
Yeah.
Back in '93.
Yeah.
Which ends with our soon-to-be ghost, Charlie, getting hung.
Well, let's talk about the play real quick then. So, yeah, so the original... there was a play at this school in 93?
Yeah, according to the tape.
Yeah. That's actually immediately how the movie starts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you find... the movie immediately starts with the setup for, I guess, the ghost or whatever. And the
play's going on, and I have no idea what this play's about.
Yeah, the play is...
Except for, I guess, this man, whoever he is supposed to be, gets in trouble with the law, and he can't escape it because he's going to go get hung.
I never cared about this movie enough to find out if the Gallows is actually a play. And also...
if it's a real play in real life.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, so there was a mishap at the theater, and the floor breaks beneath this kid that has a rope around his neck, and he actually gets hung in front of everybody. Which begs the question, why would you actually tie the rope around it? Why would you actually make a noose? Like this?
Why would you actually put a drop floor in there?
Yeah. Well, the floor apparently breaks.
Like, that thing's supposed to fall out anyway at some point. Like, the reason why he died is because it broke too soon.
I thought that...
It just went off at the wrong time.
Oh, that's right, because it has the swinging panels. It's not just like broken wood. See, that is retarded. The school would never allow this, even in 93. That is bullshit.
In the 90s were fucking rad.
Yeah, so kid dies.
I was there.
Kid dies, that's stupid. And the audacity of this is that they're going to do it again. 20 years later, they're going to have this fucking play.
Which means this thing takes place 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're only just now getting a hold of the footage. What the fuck? What are they trying to hide?
It did say...
Illuminati.
It did say 2013, I believe. So...
According to cop footage.
Yeah.
Video evidence.
Which made no sense to me. Because...
Except for with the ass end of the movie.
But let me tell you, those cops, really good editors.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. But... Yeah, so I don't know how, but they've convinced the school to do the play again, and it's all pretty much the vision of this one girl,
Pfeiffer.
And she's the biggest theater nerd, but arguably the hottest theater nerd, because, I mean, for crying out loud, Reese wants to get in her pants, which brings it all back around. That's why Reese wants to be in this play, so he can kiss Pfeiffer.
Yeah, so he can get into some theater broad.
Because at one point in the play, they do kiss. And it's right before he gets hung.
They're like, ooh. One of the things that kind of relates to that is one funny scene where Reese, Ryan, and Cassidy are driving to the school because they're going to go to the school to destroy the play set. And Cassidy's going on like, so why do you like Pfeiffer, huh? I don't see what you like in her. And I was just sitting there going, it's because she's hot.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know.
Like, I think they were either trying to play this off as they originally wrote this for somebody who was going to be way less attractive.
Maybe.
And then she just turned out to be the main actor. Or they just wanted the character of Cassidy to seem that much of a huge cunt.
Well, I don't know. The thing is, yeah, you can't make these characters too unlikable, because at one point when they die, you go, all right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what happened with some of these characters. Like, Ryan, for sure. You don't like him. He has some funny moments and lines, but that's not what he should be there for,
Yeah.
So, yeah, the whole thing is, that was a funny moment also when he's watching him rehearse the play. And then, Reese is doing terrible. He's about to kiss Pfeiffer, and then the director says, cut, right before they kiss, and he goes, all right, Reese, work on your lines. And then you hear Ryan behind the camera say, oh my god, the play is tomorrow,
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, they're so fucked. And that's when they realize, they're fucked, let's just destroy the set. And then,
yeah, that'll get you out of this.
Yeah.
And you know what? That means you won't have to quit on Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
And then Reese is like, really? That sounds kind of brilliant, but you're also retarded.
And then it's like, well, to back him up, it's like, well, if you break the set and then you're there for her to comfort her, then that's,
Yeah, you could get some nookie.
Yeah, you're gonna win no matter what. He's like, win-win. You don't have to do the play and you get close to Pfeiffer, potentially, And he says it's the best shot I've got, because he's fucking retard. Well, they're high schoolers, so I guess, whatever.
It makes sense.
Still.
I've done less.
Yeah, I don't think I've broken into my school and destroyed a play just to get a kiss from a girl.
Yeah.
You know, I do that for fun.
I've maybe like pulled my pants down, but
oh my gosh. Oh jeez.
Oh, it got really hot.
Oh boy. Whew. I'm gonna start taking my pants off. All right, so.
So yeah,
no one can see that we're like wiping sweat off of ourselves, just like a bunch of maniacs.
Oh jeez.
You know, could you imagine if that was in the trailer? You know, 3 children break into a high school so they can destroy the set so he can get kisses from Pfeiffer.
And only show the scenes that don't look like found footage. I'd be like, holy shit, this is a horror heist film.
Yeah.
This sounds fucking rad.
Yeah.
And then I would have been fucking mad
this
showing up and going, oh, it's a found footage film and it's a teen flick. Fuck me. You know?
Yeah.
After they leave his house with the dad going, oh, you shouldn't be acting. Reese, you should be a football player like you're good at.
Yeah, that's when you realize, like, well, that's when I thought at first, oh, maybe Reese actually wants to be an actor, and he's just saying, fuck you, Dad.
Fuck the man and all that.
But then there's a dumb, more bullshit reason why his dad doesn't want to have him act.
Yes.
And that's just retarded.
We'll get to it.
Oh, yes.
They break into the school, reek up some shit, you know. I think Reese brought a drill.
Yeah.
To, like, properly take it apart.
Yeah.
You know, because he's a gentleman.
I don't think... yeah, like, he wasn't going to, like, dismantle it. They didn't even bring anything else, did they?
I would have brought a fucking sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to wreck up a place, you wreck up the place.
If you bring the sledgehammer, then you could escape the doors of the school.
Exactly.
Wait, couldn't they do that with the screwdriver? Like,
or the drill?
Couldn't they honestly, like, break their way out?
Oh my god. Fuck this movie.
No, yeah, okay. Well, no, that's the biggest plot hole. You realize immediately. The only reason they sneak in the school is because a douchebag Ryan cameraman finds a door that never shuts.
Yeah,
and then
he's
like, oh, we can break into the school this way. And then all of a sudden they get in there and they're tomfoolery and all this stuff.
And then spooky shit happens because Ryan breaks the taboo of acting. You know. He broke his leg. No.
He did break a leg later.
Yeah.
Was that intentional? Fuck it. I don't know.
Maybe. That's way too smart for this movie.
Yeah. So the name of the guy, the kid that died in the original play...
is Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
And so saying his name during the production of the play is like the worst thing you could do.
But it's not as bad as saying Beetlejuice.
Yeah, 3 times.
So...
and I'd rather not even... tease you, Beetlejuice, with this, you know?
It's funny about how the kid's name is Charlie. Andrew, during the movie, was saying he was waiting for the moment when Charlie would bite them. And I was like, are you shit?
God damn it, Andrew.
Charlie did.
I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
I would have turned around to him and said, fuck off.
I pretended not to.
Oh, but...
No, I couldn't avoid hearing it. Like, I was right next to Maddie, Adele, and, like, Tanner, and he told everybody, man. Everyone heard it. Oh, everyone heard the terrible joke. I was like,
everybody heard it. It was the worst thing ever. So yeah, of course, spooky shit abounds. Mm-hmm. After he says Charlie a couple times, they're like, "You're not supposed to say it." And Pfeiffer shows up. Yeah. She's like, "What are you doing here? I saw your car out front."
And then that begs the question, like, why is Pfeiffer here?
Yeah, why is she driving by?
Just because she saw... Yeah, right? Right? Right?
Exactly. So the excuse that they make up for being in there, because she never steps foot in the theater, is, oh, we're here to practice Reese's lines.
Yeah. And then...
Which was
great.
Damn near fucking great.
And it almost worked until that's when the spooky shit happens. The doors all of a sudden don't open. And then Cassidy's like, you gotta get me out of here.
Yeah, fuck you. You're the reason why we're here breaking up the set. What?
Yeah, and then...
No, Pfeiffer, no. Yeah, you can't walk out of a drive-in movie, you know.
Damn it, this isn't Grease. But then, yeah, Cassidy pretty much looks at Pfeiffer and goes, yeah, that's why we're here. And then everyone's like, why the fuck do you tell her that? Like, you know...
God damn it.
Yeah, this Cassidy is a bitch. So she's awful. She's pretty much... Now everyone's mad at each other. Ryan's mad at Cassidy for telling Pfeiffer...
Reese is mad at Ryan. Reese is mad at Cassidy. Pfeiffer's mad at Reese.
Yeah, so everyone's
just... teenage bullshit. That's why I'm glad I never was a teenager.
I skipped my adolescence.
I was birthed, then I grew up to age 11, then all of a sudden woke up one day and I was 20 years old.
You're like Benjamin Button, except not.
Yeah.
You actually, I don't know. That's okay.
Don't think about it.
I can't. It's hard. Anyway, so then they're trying all the doors. The door that never locks is locked somehow. But I noticed it's a wooden door. You know? And actually, when that scene played during the movie, I was actually making kicking motions to the seat in front of me. And Adele looks over and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "Just kick the fucking door open."
Yeah. Or at least kick it hard enough to where it splinters apart.
Really?
And also, now that we brought it up earlier, just 5 minutes ago, the fucking drill.
Yeah. You know what? Like, most, even school doors have, like, hinges, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a way to get them open with the drill.
Unless, like, the ghost is going to sit there just holding the screw from the other side. Just like, no, you don't, motherfucker.
Yeah. But...
You think you're so fucking smart.
That begs the question, is the ghost actually sitting there just fucking, like, locking down the school? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, later you find out
I didn't know some ghosts were that powerful. I just thought ghosts were just able to sit there and flick the light, make phone calls, and make the walls ooze green slime.
No, wait, they always do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, and then you realize there's a stupid fucking twist at the end where they're...
Oh, and I had read there was a twist, and I thought I knew the twist going in, but I didn't. Which kind of upset me.
But to be honest, why would you think of this twist? It's not a twist.
It's not that good.
It's bullshit. No, it just makes it have not only more questions, but the only answers to those questions are retarded.
Yeah.
You know?
Not much happens in this movie leading up to that end.
It's kind of like saying, like, what would happen if I, like, you know, flushed down a potato in my toilet? Like, who gives a fucking... You know? You'll see what happens, but nobody ever thought about
mash.
it.
You'll get mashed potatoes.
You'll get angry. I got angry. I left the theater so mad. You know, I told... I don't know if you were there, but we were at Chelsea's house, and I was talking to her mom, or her mom was talking to all of us, and then I said, leave the theater when you see the lights go out in the auditorium. And she's like, okay. And she had gone to see the movie, and she said, you're right, I should have left. That twist was retarded.
That's why I'm buying the DVD, so I can just hack off that ass end, which... we will get to. Yeah. Don't worry, audience. Ryan dies. A pretty spectacular death. Too bad I didn't care about his character.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have felt bad.
Yeah, the rest of this movie, after they get locked in, it's just them
wandering around, just going, oh, there's an exit over here. Nope. There's an exit over here. Nope. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then fighting. No character development, actually.
Yeah, constant conflict.
You think there'd be stuff between Pfeiffer and Reese, at least, but no. No, they never talk. They just kind of get scared together. They don't even hold hands or, like, start romanticizing or anything.
It's not like, oh, we're so scared. We're helpless. We're fucked. Well, we might as well fuck.
No, nothing like that.
Nothing. There is a revelation they have at one point where they realize that the whole reason why Charlie was the one to die was because he wasn't even supposed to play that part.
Yeah.
He ended up playing that part because Reese's dad was the original original person supposed to play that part.
Yeah.
But then he ducked out at the last second for reasons I can't remember.
No.
And then that caused Charlie, who was originally going to play the hangman, to have to play the lead role.
Yeah.
Which led to his accidental death.
Yeah, because he was the understudy.
And they're like, oh, fuck, that's why your dad didn't want you to be a theater geek, Reese.
Now, here's what I don't get at all, okay? Now, this is a huge spoiler if you actually like the twist ending, but there's a woman that they interview before they try to raid the school that's always watching the play's rehearsal.
That's the whole reason why this film is being filmed, is because it's up behind the scenes, like, on how the play's being made.
Kind of.
That's why he, like, talks to these people.
It's a little bit of Ryan just also being
it's half Ryan being a tool, and then the other one is like, oh, this is what goes into making a play.
I mean, I genuinely believe this guy likes filming stuff, though. Even though he's a total asshole, that's kind of why. Only a total asshole would always film stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do run into this woman who's quite clearly old enough to be their mom, always there for the play rehearsal for some reason, and she says, oh, I was there for the original, I was there for the original play.
Yeah. And then they leave it.
Yeah, and then you find out later that woman in the theater was the boyfriend of was the girlfriend of Charlie.
Yeah.
They were dating. Now, here's what I just realized about that. If the lead actor was supposed to be Reese's dad, and he backed out. If anything, he backed out because that wasn't, he was going to kiss someone else's girlfriend. So he's like, dude, it's your girlfriend. You should do it.
Yeah. And fuck being the hangman.
Right? Yeah. I don't get that at all.
I can't remember why Reese's dad ducked out. Like, that would help, but
I think he
just ducked out.
I'm pretty sure Reese's dad didn't do it because he wanted to be a real bro. Right?
Back in the 90s when that shit wasn't even a thing.
No, think about that. You know all of my lines. I know all of my lines because you're my understudy, right? Yeah. I'm going to kiss your girlfriend, and I'm going to be the lead actor in this play. No, man. I'd be like, you should do it. You should just
man, that's bad.
Yeah, right? So, if anything, I'm just like, yeah, Reese's dad was a really cool guy. Like, he wasn't going to just step on some guy's girl right in front of him,
Charlie died because Reese's dad was trying to be a swell dude.
Yeah.
A stand-up gentleman.
Like...
And he's going to get the ultimate revenge on Reese.
Yeah,
I almost said Reese's dad's son.
Like what? Did they plan on killing Reese's dad, and that's why it got fucked up? Because if that was the case...
man, layers.
If that was the case, why didn't Charlie just, fix what he had broken on the set so he didn't die?
Holy shit.
Right? It's retarded. It's like...
I think this is way too sophisticated for this movie.
That's why it doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be like, that's why your dad didn't want you to act, man, because he was supposed to die, or something like that. But why?
I think he just didn't want him to act because he didn't want him to be in the same play that kind of haunted him.
Dude, yeah, I would honestly...
He's probably got PTSD from that.
I would never
that should have been me.
I'm surprised parents weren't writing into the school that aren't even related to that incident saying, don't do that, because it's about it, right?
That's bad. That's terrible.
It is so stupid. But yeah, see that layer... Isn't that the dumbest thing?
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Makes no fucking sense.
It's a damn waste. I will say...
That's why that whole twist with the girlfriend at the end is the useless character arc.
Yes.
Because there's no arc.
All the deaths in this are pretty magnificent.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Well, yeah.
Ryan dying was pretty cool. Like, he's got that broken ankle from falling off of a ladder. Because he thought they were going to...
Yeah, it's a broken, shin entirely.
That's a fucked leg.
Yeah.
You're not going to walk right again, even if that gets fixed.
Because they put him out in the pasture.
Yep. Double barrel shotgun, or just use a noose and kill him.
Yeah, which they did in it.
Yeah, he broke his leg trying to climb a ladder to get into an air vent to get out.
Yeah.
Which fell backwards after he's just like, I'm not afraid of you, Charlie. Oh, shit.
And you know what didn't make sense about that?
Why would you continue taunting this shit?
Uh-huh. Also, not to mention, when he fell on his leg, broke it, and everyone left him because they were trying to find help or something, Then he gets left all alone with Charlie, the murderous ghost. He turns on his camera on his cell phone because he has a night vision app.
Yes.
Why does he not just use a flashlight app?
I know, what an idiot.
So let me get this straight. Somehow his camera on his phone, all he needs is an app to get night vision. Okay, whatever. I'll bend the laws of what existed back then and what exists now. I'll say fine with that. But then to have the audacity to just look through his fucking camera or look through his screen on his phone instead of just using a flashlight, that makes no sense.
What a dickhead!
Right? I don't know.
Doesn't make sense.
There are points where you should stop filming.
But it did give way to a cool shot.
Yeah. Which is him getting a rope tied around his neck
and then lifted up off the ground into the darkness,
way up into the rafters,
and then you never see him again.
Yeah, except for later.
Yeah, it's never like a drop or anything like, whoa, where did he go? And then he drops in. Oh, shit.
So when the doors are unlocked and they walk back in, they go, what the fuck? He was just here a second ago. Where'd he go?
Yeah, we heard him screaming.
Yeah. Hey, boo-boo. We heard him screaming. That's right, Yogi. He's up in the rafters.
He's getting hung.
Oh, the picnic basket.
Ryan's real hung, isn't he?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, so he's the first one to die.
And then Cassidy dies.
Yeah. She
gets kind of a cool shot, too.
Yeah.
She's just sitting there in the dark going, oh,
actually, that's the coolest shot in the entire movie, I'd say.
There's a shot... She's right next to the stairs to go down to an exit out of the theater. And
they had pulled the fire alarm somewhere in between this, so the lights that are flashing are just red. They're just red lights, nothing else.
And she picks up the camera, kind of looks around on each side, and you see this fade-in of Charlie on her on her left, but on the right side of the screen.
Yeah, come out of the complete darkness.
And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, and you don't notice him until he starts coming in, like,
really
almost
close.
Completely. But if you were to watch the whole thing, you could see him slowly fade in.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then the lights go out for a second. They flick back on, and all of a sudden she's got this rope around her neck.
And then same thing happens.
Which,
to her.
just seconds before, she was observing in the camera, because there are, like, rope tie burns or whatever all around her neck.
Because they're walking through the hallway, and at one point she just gets lifted off the ground, and no explanation on that.
Yeah.
But.
Which I thought that neck just looked horrendous.
Yeah,
in a good way.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ, that looks brutal. And then the lights go out, lights come back on, the noose has got her, and she's like, oh shit.
Yeah, up in the ceiling, up with your boyfriend, you know. Yeah. Now, I mean, I do really like that shot, because they could have easily just made it a jump scare where he's just there. But no, the fact that he slowly fades in just makes it really chilling. And, like, he doesn't do anything for a while, so
he's just holding the rope.
You're sitting there going, oh, fuck it, shit. You know? Like, you do feel the terror. It's like watching someone, like, literally watching someone about to get killed, you know? It's terrible. So, now it's just Pfeiffer and,
Reese.
What's his nuts? Reese's Pieces. Reese's never went into pieces.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Reese in peace.
Reese in peace. Rip in peace. So, they're walking around, running around, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh god, everyone's dead now, but us, I don't know where they are. Let's just get to the roof access. Maybe, you know, I can hear the cops. The cops are here.
Yeah.
So they run up the ladder.
That always helps people, the police.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays.
Well, these kids are white, so...
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh my god, it's so terrible. So, they come up the ladder, they encounter visions of Charlie chasing them up the ladder. It's kind of confusing, because I think at one point he's like above them. I don't really know.
He's above, he's below, he's diagonal.
He is the tall man, he is the short man.
And to his fellow man, he is no man.
Anyway,
because he's dead.
Before the doves fly. So they get to they get to this little walkway that's above every theater, pretty much.
Isn't that where they see the two previous kids that died?
Mm-hmm. They walk through, and they're crawling underneath these pipes and everything. It's very hard to walk through here. And then they find Reese finds the high school photo of the original cast of the Gallows, and he's like, that's weird, I thought I had this in my fucking pocket, you know? Shit like that. And then the lights go off, as always, and he looks back up, and right in front of his face is his friend Ryan, hung up, and Cassidy as well. They're both just hanging out.
Fuck off.
Are you serious?
Holy shit.
So yeah, they're both hanging out. And then Pfeiffer's like...
And he's like, Pfeiffer, please, quit your bitching. Stop. If we get out of this, you're giving me head. You know?
She turns into a Tasmanian devil. So then they would come back down.
Yeah, I totally did not see that coming.
Nope. Yeah,
who does?
Yeah, this is actually Space Jam. So they go back.
Oh, that's even more terrifying.
They go back down, and they're like, fucking like, this is it. And they realize the door that never shuts is wide open. And Reese is like, all right, let's go, and fucking sprints. And he's outside now.
Yeah, he's out. He is clear.
Yeah, and he's like, wait, Pfeiffer's not right behind me. What the fuck? Which, by the way, why did he not hold her fucking hand? What an idiot.
Yeah, but he was a gentleman.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Chivalry's dead. And so is she. At least you think. So he looks back in and goes, well, I gotta go back in to get her. So he goes back in.
And I would have said nay. Yeah. I would have just jumped the fucking thing and gone home.
Yeah, me too.
What an idiot.
I would have gotten help.
Because it's not like they're dating. It's not like they have any emotional ties now.
And like, as horrible as that sounds, like, you get help. You get help.
Yeah.
You just hope that they can get
That's what they say in all emergency situations. They say to go get help first, then come back for whoever.
But that is implying I would have not grabbed her arm or hand on the way out.
On the initial run.
What a jackass.
Yeah.
So
he deserves to die.
So this dumbass goes back in and sees Pfeiffer crying there, and he's like, wait. And he bends down and kneels with her and starts comforting her, like, it's right there, let's go. And that's when the stage lights come on.
Yeah, the stage lights come... This is, like, my favorite scene. This is another favorite scene of mine.
Yeah.
One of my few, but, the brave and the bold.
And then he realizes, like, and they're in the exact same position that is in the one scene where he talks to her before he gets hung.
In the play.
Yeah. And he's like...
And the stage is all built again. The noose is hanging back up. Everything's restored.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh. You know.
And then he starts reciting lines. And
they're like, let's do the play.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay.
And then he says, you know, it's me that he wants.
Yeah.
And which is straight up what he does say in the play. Pretty much word for word. Like
they do the last scene of the play.
And then he puts the rope around his neck, walks up there and everything, and then he says, like, go, Pfeiffer, go. Get out of here. Get out.
And
go.
Then,
shoot.
And she starts calling him by his stage name, and he's just like, what the fuck's wrong with you, Pfeiffer?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And
just get out of here.
What was the stage name again, anyway? What was it? Arthur or whatever? She's like, Arthur, don't go,
And he's just
Arthur.
like, what's going on here, Pfeiffer?
And he's like, what the fuck? Just go.
God damn it. And you see this silhouette of Charlie just all of a sudden, and he pulls the fucking thing, the lever, he drops, Reese dies.
Yeah.
Rather gloriously, too. Like, I hate seeing people hang in movies.
Yeah.
For my own personal reasons, but fucking that was a glorious hanging scene. I haven't seen one that well since Sinister.
It was pretty good, considering he's still wearing his like normal high school clothes, and it's just really grim seeing that setting.
Yeah.
But in some shots, it goes back and forth between Charlie being this ghostly mist and like him actually wearing the executioner outfit. So it's a little kind of like weird. You're like, okay, what's going on? And then Charlie, as a ghost, holds Pfeiffer's hand,
and they like do like a
and they bow, and you're just like, what the fuck? And that is where the movie should end, because then in the background you hear like a clapping, and you're like, oh, that's that one woman from earlier.
Yeah, the theater seat lights come up, and the woman stands up and goes, oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then it cuts out.
Perfect. Dude.
And just like you said, that's where it should have fucking ended. I was like, oh, credits? Wow, this was really good. And then all of a sudden, all right, this is the police at this house. 911, dispatch, this is the suspect's house, blah, blah, blah. We're going in. Kick the door down. Look around all over the place. They come to this room.
You realize it's Pfeiffer's house because you see photos of her
and the woman.
And then you're like, all over the walls. And you realize, oh my god, that woman that was there for the original play is Pfeiffer's mom.
And Charlie's girlfriend.
Yeah, which you find out through this,
Yeah. And they go into this room and they're watching the original play.
Yeah, the
film footage.
They're just sitting there, and oh, and behold, the cliche of cliches. She is combing her daughter's hair.
And they're both just catatonically staring at this screen.
They're both wearing their fucking dresses
from the play.
Original play, and Pfeiffer's dress from the modern play that.
And the police are just like, what the fuck's going on here? And they're like, they say something about Charlie, and then they're like, all right, we're getting the fuck out of here. Calling back up, and then the cop in the hallway just like flies across the hallway, dies, and Charlie appears in, kills that cop.
Yeah, and then
it was just so fucking dumb.
And then you're like, what the fuck? So now,
basically, so then we leave the theater blue-balled.
Yeah, and the taste that ending left in your mouth is like, it wants you to think that now Charlie is this like super duper supernatural being. Like, he is beyond haunting his auditorium where he died,
which is
he is killing.
Stupid.
He's killing cops now.
Stupid.
Really, really stupid. And you know it couldn't have been like a house that he knew about, because this is his girlfriend from 20 years ago, her new house.
Yeah.
Unless she was like summoning him or some shit. But then it just makes it even more dumb.
Yeah.
And why is her daughter so obsessed and crazy too? It's retarded.
Maybe that's her dad?
Yeah, that's possible.
That's probably the implication we're supposed to get.
But at the same time, like, no kid is that fucking crazy. They would realize their mom is a psychotic. How are you going to introduce that idea to your kid, and the kid just going to wind up fine? Because you look at Pfeiffer during the scenes where she's in class, and she's totally fine. She's just a theater geek.
Yeah.
You know? So why would she sit there with a fucking cold stare, just smiling, watching the death of her dad, basically, while her mom is combing her hair? Like, this is so fucking retarded.
I just don't understand.
God damn. Everyone was so pissed. They were pissed at me because I made them see it. I mean, come on. That's how angry... They needed a scapegoat. And I was the punching bag.
And I made sure Matt couldn't do that to me, because as soon as we got out of there and he said, that was fucking dumb, and I said, yep, and you can blame yourself, Matt.
You wanted to watch this.
Yep. I told you weren't going to like this. So before we even get into it, you can probably tell, listeners, what our least favorite scene in this whole movie is.
Yep. The scene that does not seem like a scene at all.
It feels like a tacked-on producer's idea.
I hardly believe it was related to it.
And that's what I kept telling Matt, too, is I think where we thought it should have ended is probably where the original writers and directors wanted it to end. Because the writer and director, who both did the writing and the directing, were the same two people. So it very much seemed to me like it was their idea from start to finish. And then somebody saw the whole thing and went, yeah, but couldn't we throw this on at the end?
Yeah. Now the thing is, both endings, if you were to end it before or end it like it did, are confusing. But
I think that where we thought the proper ending
it's more open-ended to your answers.
It's perfectly confusing.
They feel,
it makes you sit there and think afterwards, like, what the was that the what?
And you don't go, that's dumb. You just go, that's interesting. Like, now I want to figure it out, but you'll never know, which makes it more enticing. But this one, they feel like they needed to answer those questions, but they caused more questions with their stupidity.
Yeah, it's kind of like the ending to Mockingbird. You remember how that ended, right? It ended weirdly. Yeah, like it's not a good ending, but it's set. It made you sit around and go, "What the fuck does that mean?"
Now, if they showed like after that the kids setting up the traps, then you're like, okay, we don't need to see that. You know, it's. But that's one of the problems in this movie that I noticed. They kind of like explain shit to you that you can clearly just see, like the part where they have the photo of the kid's dad. What they should have done was just flipped it over and read the cast and read Reese's father's name. Because you do hear his name at one point. But instead, they go, oh my god, for like 5 minutes. And then fucking Ryan behind the camera goes, that's your dad, dude. You know, like, okay.
It would have been enough if Reese would have been like, if they went, what's wrong? He could have been like,
that's my dad.
Yeah, that's my dad.
But
and then they could have been like, oh, that's weird.
They feel like explaining it to you. Like
they gotta hold your hand.
Oh my god, which is so stupid considering this movie is rated, what?
PG? No, it's rated R. I think.
PG. I don't think it has enough elements for it to be R.
Let me see. I've got the ticket here.
Yeah.
It's rated R.
It's rated R?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This has to be for kids that just turned fucking 17.
Yeah, it's a teen flick. Now, the twist I thought was going to be that kid that Ryan picks on originally, that theater geek that is like the guy behind the curtain. Working all the ropes. I thought he was going to pop in also.
He might be fucking with him. Or might have been helping.
And be dressed up as Charlie, like, fucking killing everybody.
Well, that would have been kind of cool, too.
But then all of the deaths seemed way too supernatural. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, okay, that can't be it. And if it is, that's fucking retarded. But I would have rather taken that than the ending they gave us here.
So bad. So bad. So fucking bad. It's so bad that it's, like, unbelievable. I don't know, just seeing them sit on the bed, like, having her brush her daughter's hair. It's
so
like,
stupid.
It's like, dude, nobody's that fucking crazy. Like, I don't care how traumatized you are. You don't do that.
Especially because found footage is supposed to be, like, kind of realistic.
Yeah.
Which is the whole reason why I never got VHS as a series.
Yeah, because
they do stuff way too supernatural, like in there.
That demon lady, they're cool though. They're cool.
They're cool.
But you just have to stretch your concept of reality. But with this, no, you can't. You can't have the contrast of an intellectual woman in school with whatever the fuck that was on the couch. You know?
Yeah, you either have to go completely balls off the wall crazy. Yeah. Or be super gritty realistic with it. Yeah. You can't do that halfway shit. Otherwise, you're left in this uncanny valley-esque thing.
And that's the worst thing you can do in a movie is make your characters unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have to make them relatable, but by God, give them some fucking humanity.
Yeah. God damn.
Oh gosh, this movie is making me pissed. Okay.
So Cody, best scene, worst scene.
Best scene was when Charlie fades in very slowly to kill Cassidy. Very slowly. Slowly. You don't even notice it, and you can hear the people in the theater were whispering, like, oh my god, look, he's right there, look, he's showing up.
Yeah, that was very similar to one of my favorite scenes.
What was your favorite scene?
Of ever in horror film?
Oh, yeah.
The Strangers. where he appears in the background. If you've ever seen The Strangers.
Uh-huh.
Or I'll have to show you later, but like...
Okay. I thought The Thing was your favorite movie.
Well, it's one of my... No, it's one of my favorite scenes in one of my favorite scary movies.
Okay.
The Strangers is one of my favorite movies.
Because I give that Gallows scene I just mentioned like a 9 out of 10, but yeah. But anyway.
If they have this woman, Liv Tyler, Arwen from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
She's like sitting there smoking a cigarette in her kitchen, and all of a sudden you see this masked dude just like walk in from this hallway and just stare at her, but it's so small that you almost blink and you miss it, kind of thing.
Man. And I love that.
And I went, holy fuck, that is terrifying. So this made me think of that, and I went, oh, this movie's going somewhere good.
You don't need to have the info,
I went up and down with this movie. Like, I went, I don't like it. I kind of like it. I don't like it anymore. Ooh, I really like it. Every death scene made me go, oh my god, this is going to get really good.
Yeah.
And then that ending.
I know, right?
Cassidy's death is my favorite. That whole fade in, kill.
So
I also liked our ending. The proper ending, as I say it.
Yeah.
With them reenacting the scene and then him getting hung at the end. I dug that so much. I was sitting there going, dude, I've never seen anything like that.
And you know what? And I've never seen anything like the real ending in this either, but doesn't mean it was good.
Yeah.
But I love how you can also be so cryptic with it, because if you tell people watch this movie, you can say, leave when the lights shut off. And they go, ooh, it's spooky, But
when the stage lights come up, fucking walk out.
Be cool or shells will be hitting the floor.
Yeah.
But... yeah, I love the shots that are like that, very subtle, not in your face, not even the focus. That's why I thought It Follows was so good, because it was just in the background, and it had to be.
Yep.
But that's another, that was another.
And then
beast.
Worst scene is, if we need to rephrase it,
I don't think we need to.
It's the fucking ass end of the movie.
The very ass end.
And I do emphasize it is the ass ending.
I'm almost positive it's only about a minute long too.
Yeah, probably so.
It feels rushed also, because not only is this different set environment and everything, but it's different tone, different people.
And you know what? I bet you they threw that on there and made it a thing just because they recently did that law or whatever to make cops wear cameras because of all the controversy that's been going on with cop brutality.
It's true.
That's the only reason they could have pulled that scene off.
Well, actually...
I think.
That is a good point, but...
because the only other time I know cops have cameras is on their cars when they pull over people.
Well, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Nampa Police Department has been wearing chest cams since 2010.
Wow.
Did you know that?
The more you know.
The more you know. That's why Nampa Police has such good, recognition. Like, yeah, you could say they're still kind of dirtbags, but for Christ's sakes, they have to manage Nampa. That place sucks.
Yeah.
Now, BPD doesn't do that, Boise Police.
No.
And they kind of fucking suck. Yeah, they got cool chargers and cars and shit, but they kind of fucking suck.
Yeah, I've only known one cool cop from Boise or Meridian.
I was walking around downtown last night with Jesse, and there was like 5 fucking cop cars on the side of the road. And we're like, oh, what are they doing? Like, busting some guy? They're all just literally sitting on the bench eating hot dogs. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, how much free time do you really have to get not only like 5 officers, but 5 fucking squad cars to meet up at a goddamn Weenie Hut?
That's so funny. Weenie Hut Jr.? Or
Weenie Hut Jr.? Yeah. So, Derek, out of spooks, out of 10, what do you rate this movie? I know...
It's so heartbreaking.
I can tell that you're fluctuating numbers, because I am too. At one point, I wanted to give this an 8.
Yeah.
But at one point, I want to give it a 1.
Oh.
And it's hard to find the middle ground.
That's such a jump, though.
Do you... Well, I mean,
I'll give my score for it without the ass ending, and then my score because it decided to keep the ass ending.
I'm afraid you can't do that.
Oh.
Because this is the entirety of the movie. No one in the theater is going to actually walk out when we say don't see it. Because let's face it, even if they hear this, they're going to say...
oh, I gotta see what they're talking about.
I gotta see that shitty-ass ending.
Yeah.
You know?
And then they're going to be like, why did I sit there and watch it? Fuck.
Now...
well, I'll at least tell you what I would have given it.
Okay, yeah.
I would have given it an 8. Like you said.
Yeah.
I would have given it an 8. It's one of the better... without it, it's one of the better found footage films I've ever seen.
I also would have given it... I would have given it a 7.5 without the bullshit ending.
With the bullshit ending... 6.
6 out of 10 spooks?
Yeah.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, because that's only like 1 to 2 minutes of the entire film.
You might get pissed at me. I give it a 4 out of 10 spooks. The plot holes are too big.
Yeah, that drill thing.
They're not even holes, dude. They're fucking pot caverns, man. They're huge. They really couldn't get out of that high school? Are you shitting me? I don't care if they're locked in just the auditorium. They have tools. They have props they can use as battering rams.
Get to any door with glass in it, just bash that shit down.
And yeah, you could argue the steel in those kind of like locks and school doors are pretty dang durable, but
how are they going to get past the steel beams? Jet fuel? Come on.
I don't know. It's
where are they going to get it at 3 a.m?
There's got to be ways to get out,
Yeah, I can't condemn you too much for giving it a 4. I almost gave it a 5, but
also
because I like all the death scenes too much.
Yeah, it's just okay.
They're just really shining examples, and it showed so much potential.
I found them too sparse, which is why I didn't give it. I just kept deducting points in my head. I couldn't find any reasons to give it credit because I would see something cool and I'd go, well, so what? So a 4 out of 10 because, oh geez, I don't know, so many reasons like we've talked about. Especially with the doors, man. Like those types of doors that the schools have. They were pushing the bars in all the way, but the doors weren't opening. That made no sense, because when you lock those types of doors, you can't push it in at all, because that's what the lock is on. It's right before that little lever.
Yeah.
So, and if anything, it's because I'm just thinking of how doors work now.
Doors, how do they even work?
Oh,
how can doors be real if ghosts aren't even real?
I just don't either way, I don't recommend this movie. I always recommend watching movies. And I think we've always been saying, give it a watch.
I'll only be able to give this a recommendation when I have it on DVD and I can slice off the end.
This is a fucking Netflix movie.
Yes, it is.
You know what?
I would say that very well.
And if it was on Netflix, it'd be a damn good movie.
Yeah.
But it's not.
If you have to sit there and pay $5 to $10 for it.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Hang yourself.
I almost felt like it. I'm sure I haven't heard from Matt since because he went and did that. He's just
God.
This was going to be my movie to bank to Derek about making a found footage film.
Yeah.
That's what he told me. He's like, if that movie ends up being good, I was going to use it as leverage to make you make a found footage
But you know
film.
what, though? It has so much stuff to talk about that you can totally pick out what is good and what's not.
Yeah.
It's movies so black and white that it is good inspiration for making your own movie.
Yeah. I'm going to be one of those assholes, too, for once, that's going to be like, oh, yeah, the movie was fine, I guess, but I have the good version.
Yeah.
Like one of those film guys that's like, I have Pulp Fiction rearranged in chronological order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
But then again, I want to do that just to see how it flows. But anywho.
Have you seen that? It's interesting.
Chronologically?
Yeah.
I couldn't get a hold of
it actually does change the style of the movie a lot more. It seems a lot slower because what helps with the tempo of that movie is
action
going back and forth and going, okay, whoa, I gotta catch up to what's happening in this scene. So
yeah.
But it's like watching it backward too. Anyway.
It is what it is.
It is.
That's all I can say about this movie at this point.
Yeah.
I walked out of there with my shoulders slumped. I felt defeated.
Me too.
I just got broken up with or something.
Like those fucking pole concrete barriers in front of the theater. I was just leaning on them, just oh god. I was like Charlie Brown. I was like, what do I do? Good grief. But Derek.
I think that's a perfect summation of this movie. Good grief.
Yeah, Charlie Brown. Charlie, hey, how about that? Good grief. Hey, they're making a Peanuts movie. That's crazy.
That is insane.
How are they going to make a Peanuts movie?
Good grief.
Audience, if you have any idea how they're going to make a fucking Peanuts movie, write us at P.O. Box 3183, Sacramento Drive. No, I'm just fucking with you. Actually, no. If you end up listening to this all the way, write in the comments below what the hell you think the Peanuts movie is going to be about. And don't you dare fucking look it up, because I'll know.
Yeah.
I want you to guess.
We have our sources, goddammit.
My guess is Snoopy runs away again.
Return of the Great Pumpkin.
I don't know. Oh, God. I don't know. Who fucking knows? I don't even know what's coming out.
Maybe it'll be a Pulp Fiction style kind of thing.
Yeah, Charlie
Three
Brown.
different stories going on.
I shoved this... You shoved that watch up your butt, Chuck. You like him, don't you, sir? Why do you keep calling me sir? Anyway. So, yeah, it's been a while since we've done a movie, so with that, I have no idea what movie we're going to do next.
It could either be some theater movie coming out. I think Goosebumps or Sinister 2 is coming out.
Oh, Sinister 2 is coming out real soon, isn't it?
Yeah, August. That's next month.
Would that be next week? If we don't have...
I don't think so.
Well, I guess it'll be a surprise.
Because it's still July next week.
Yeah, that's true.
Or depending on when we upload this.
Well, guess what, audience? This will be a little surprise for you. So expect after this episode to be something totally different.
Yes.
Totally unexpected.
Or, even, dare we dream, we could watch Wolf Cop.
Oh my god. No, I was telling Jesse we need to watch that. That's it. I don't care if that movie, Sinister or whatever, comes out in between that time. Next episode's Wolf Cop.
Alright, sweet.
Fuck surprises.
Yeah.
I lied to all of you, just like I lie to everybody. No, I'm
You're
just
a
kidding.
dirty liar.
Yes. No, it's not lying if I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
I don't lie. But anyway, my hips don't lie, Derek.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you not know that?
I didn't know your hips were honest.
Well, anyway, join us next week for Wolf Cop, which is the perfect blend of horror and comedy, according to some guy on the internet.
What an asshole.
I think his name was Fred. I
Probably.
really don't remember. Anyway.
I just hope at some point they go like, "Oh, you're under arrest."
Oh my fucking god. Really gonna end with that?
No.
Oh, jeez. Alright, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Whether you like it or not.
Bye-bye.
Now let me just hang this up.